Hello and welcome to Pratik Chess Videos.
Hey chess friends, today we are going to see a game between Firouzja and Gukesh in the year 2024. Well, this was played in the candidates, which is ongoing, the seventh round. So this is the middle round of the lot, 14 rounds. This is the seventh round, and in this round, the first half ended. All right, so Firouzja versus Gukesh here. Firouzja won this medal, and so Gukesh was left in behind and not in tied first. So, well, very nice victory by Firouzja. Let's start the game. The game started not e4, d4. Firouzja is a d4 player and he likes d4 much more. So now knight to f6 and now c4. Idea is knight to c3. Well, e4 is played, knight c3, e4, g3, bishop g2 can be the idea, and there are many moves. Now d4, knight f6, bishop f4, d5, e3, c5, and now knight to f3, e6, and c3. Idea is queen to a4 and stuff, and after, well, C3 goes into the London system setup. But, well, who said we want to go in the London system setup? Well, that's a very good question. And see here, Firouzja is one of the practitioners of this, yeah, this knight bd2. He often plays this move. See, he often plays this move. So after knight bd2, it was in his theory. Obviously, fifth move wouldn't be in his theory. Queen into b2 is threatened. Queen to b6. So now rook to b1 as always. C into d4. E into d4. And then bishop to d7. Knight to c6. Knight into d4 is the idea. And now c3. And then bishop to b5. Idea is bishop into f1 and stuff. So after bishop to b5, h4. The idea is h5, h6, bishop g5, knight e5 can come. So white is trying to put an attack. But just knight bd7, developing the knight. Rook to h3. Interesting move. Idea is to get the rook onto the third rank so that it can sometime come to g3. But now bishop to e7. Well, now bishop to e7. We are trying to short castle. And now h5. Idea is h6, but just h6. Well, evading h6, but after h6, now this g7 spot is further weakened, and also the h6 can be a target. So now a4, bishop into f1, king into f1. Now I take with the king, because if you take with the knight, that would be a tempo spent without anything, and the king's pretty safe, the king can manage. King g1 can also come, so the king is safe. So short castle, and white does play king to g1. It is just like castle, but the rook is on h3. Still it's active, the rook. It's not like it's trapped. So queen c6 attacking the a4, but just knight to e5. Wait, what? So after knight to e5, knight into e5, and then d into e5, attacking f6 so that black can't take on a4. So after d into e5, knight d7. The idea is queen into a4 or knight to c5. Both can be good, but now after takes knight d7, rook to g3. Bishop into h6 is the threat, but king to h8. Now the idea is rook to g8, and then there can be some things. So after king to h8, a5, a5. It's pretty nice, a5. The idea is knight b3, knight d4, I think. Now after a5, queen. Nah, not bishop to d6. Bishop to d6 is bad. Yup. And let's just promote this guy. Reference again. And queen to c7. And now knight to f3. Idea is knight d4, knight b5, I think. Knight d4, knight b5, knight d6. Just activating the knight. So queen into a5. The queen takes on a5. Pretty usual. And now c4. And c4 idea is c into d5 and stuff. And after c4, rook to g8 defending g7, and just a prophylactic move, yeah, the prophylactic moves. And now rook to a1. Well, that's not such a nice move, because now you'll see. Now what will we see and why will we see? So let's just get this straight. Queen to b4. So now black is a little bit better, because after b3, now knight to c5. Here we attack this pawn. The pawn's a weakness. Knight d4. We defend the pawn. Well, and after knight to d4, yes, what will you do? That's the trick, right? Yeah, that's the trick. So Here, I think you should pause the video and think how to keep up the initiative. Now, knight to e4. Idea is to attack the g3 and preparing knight c3. So, rook to e3, the rook moves. Queen to c5. Yes, queen to c5. Idea is to play f6 and many things can be played, but now just rook to c1. I mean, well, so rook to g1, rook gd8, and then b4 attacking on c5, queen into b4, and then c into d5. Idea is d6 or rook into e4, knight into f2. Bam! Sacrificing. Idea is that after king into f2, now rook into d5. The knight cannot move, it's a pin, it's a literal cross pin. So d4 is attacked. So now rook to e4. The rook saves both. And rook a d8. Black puts more pressure on d4. But bishop to e3. White saves this one too. So what has happened? Well, black incorrectly sacrificed, I think. But no, that was not the case. Black did not incorrectly sacrifice anything. So bishop to c5. There's still an equal position. Queen to b3. Queen into b3. Knight into b3. Now, why is this an equal position when white's a literal piece of? So, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Black has one pawn upon the queen side and two. So, black has three pawns for a piece. That explains it. So, bishop into e3 check, rook into e3, a5. And why it is not better for black? Because it's because that the pawns on this side are pretty hard to move. That's why. So after a5, rook c7, a4, attacking the knight, knight to c5, attacking a4, rook to a8, pretty standard move, getting here, and now just knight to d7. Knight to d7. Idea is knight to b6. Wait, what? Knight to b6? Knight to c5 is also an option. And after knight to d7, king to h7. The mistake had to come. Now this is a mistake. Well, exactly why is this a mistake? Because now comes the move rook to f3. So now we attack on f7. The f7 is attacked. But a3. Not that, not good, not good. It's a blunder. Because now uh, rook into f7 and white completely underestimates black completely underestimates white's chances. Knight f6 check, rook into f7, knight f8 check, rook into g7. It's just over. And king h8. It's again a blunder, which is now checkmate is literally unavoidable. Now knight to f6, e into f g into f6 runs into rook h7 check, and then rook g7. No, not rook g7. Just rook into h6 and then h6 h7 can be played. So now a2, a1 is equal to queen can be played, but now knight. But Well, as we can say that white was a step ahead of him, and white didn't play knight f6. White just played knight to f8. It further improves it, and knight g6, rook into g7 is unavoidable. a2 trying to queen, but too late. Knight g6 check, and resignation because it's just completely over. So this was the game. Amazing game by Firouzja. He completely dominated Gukesh in the dynamics. So amazing game. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thank you.